Hello and welcome to the Heresy Lodge. I am your host, Dylan Cooper, the constant co-host over here.
Gavin Franklin.
And we have another co-host this evening, and that is Sir Raptor from the Discord joining us again. Thank you, Raptor, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Always. It's always fun to have listeners on. Dad, I mean, you're our most talkative one, and you host all the fun events. So thank you for being on. You're carrying us. We're not carrying anyone.
Yeah. Raptors is a much better lodge master than I am at this point.
Oh, that doesn't take much. All he has to do is reply in Discord like once a week.
Yeah.
I'm always watching. Always watching.
Never replying that.
You wouldn't know though.
I have to wait for the right moment to attack. Right thing to say. It has to be calculated.
Yes. As always, guys, hit us up on Discord. Like we mentioned, Raptor is a member over there. He also hosts our weekly movie night, as well as he's been hosting weekly hobby time. So check those out. It's always a fun time. Also, it looks like there's a Vermintide/Darktide group starting up too. Get on here. Check it out. I'm sure it's a good time. You can find our Discord pinned to our Twitter at Heresy Lodge. You can email us at theheresylodge@gmail.com. We are on YouTube at the Heresy Lodge. We have merch. None of us are repping it, but it's cool. You should buy some.
What are you drinking?
Well, I'm almost done with my drink.
Nice.
But I am drinking from Quaff on Brewing, the Blood Orange Yellow Dwarf. I've had it on here before, but it was a nice beer to have.
I got this beer from a hotel lobby. I was down in Knoxville grabbing some drinks. Made it back to the hotel lobby. I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab another one. Got it. Made it back to the room. I said, no, I think I'm done. And
look at that restraint. You've never used to have that. Look at what age does to a man.
Once you get into like bed, you're like, why did I bring a beer back to bed? Like, what's wrong with me? What am I gonna do? Sit here and watch The Big Lebowski
for the 13th time?
Exactly. So this is The Beach Within Reach. Never had it before. I think it's brewed and canned by the good folks at Wiseacre Brewing Company. Wiseacre Brewing Company.
Yeah, you're close.
In Memphis, Tennessee. I don't even know what this is. It's kind of like an IPA. It's hard to tell. It's very cidery. It's like acidic, little bitter. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to describe it. It tastes like a cider, like a weird cider. There you go.
Cool. I have a backup warm beer that you left when you were up here last time. So right I got it's my the mudslide. So it's a nice ale with coffee, vanilla, and chocolate warm. It's gonna be awesome.
Delicious.
Raptor, you drink anything? You just got water? What's going on over there?
Well, it's 11:30 p.m. for me, so I just have some mineral water.
11 p.m. tells me tequila.
11:30 is like, that's a great time.
Yeah, but I also have to get up at 7 a.m., so there's that.
Do you work from home?
Yep.
No problem.
Oh. Then you're always at work and you're always at home.
Exactly.
You get to choose mentally, right?
Yeah, but
well, sorry, what were you saying, Raptor?
Nothing. I was just gonna say you can't really drink at night when you have meetings tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
camera
true.
off.
You got to be very careful.
I always have camera off.
Yeah. So if you run the meetings, you get to determine the rules, right? All right. So, Raptor, I think one of the biggest things we just recorded 2 big specials, and the last one we ranked the Horus Heresy books, and a lot of people were surprised by a few of the rankings. So I wanted to see what you would think about some of the books that people were surprised about. So The big one, of course, the one we got yelled at for was
Damnation?
Damnation of Pythos. We put as a C tier book. What are your thoughts on that book?
I think the book is fine beside the ending and some prose differences. Like there is a lot of repeated words, a lot of time it's mentioned how the Marines shake their head. And that was my main problem with it. David Anandio does build a nice atmosphere, a nice horror motif around it. And he does show the difference between the Iron Hands and the Raven Guard salamanders, how some of them care for the cultists, some don't, and the consequences of that caring. And I think most of the people who say that Damnation of Pythos suck haven't really read the book.
Train
Just
wreck.
on the bandwagon.
Oh yeah, this book does suck.
Train wreck, Blood of Sanguinius. I hope you're fucking listening. From Raptor. Not the
All
Long
right.
Masters.
So we have like this super negative take towards Dark Angels. And one of the books that we really disliked was Descent of Angels. But so many Dark Angels fans love that book. I don't know whether or not you have a liking towards Dark Angels. I hope not. But
It's been in our Discord too long. There's no way.
What were your thoughts about Descent of Angels?
It's definitely a shock the first time you read it because you jump so far back and so far away from the regular Marines. Like half of the book is two teenagers going through their knighthood, right? And I think that shock kind of turns off people a lot. I was fine with it at the beginning, but it begins to meander near the end. It does have some interesting stuff in it, like the whole Zachario gaining his powers, his connection with the lion, and him and Nemio finding their camaraderie. Also, you see the cracks forming between Luthor and Lion. But overall, it was just misplaced, I think.
Do you think that Nimiel getting beheaded made all the Dark Angels books worse mentally?
I mean, probably, right? Because that should have been a big moment in the main book. Like how the lion handles disobeying orders from the Emperor and still pertaining that he's the most loyal one, right?
No, yeah, super hypocritical. I honestly think, after the Fallen, the way the lion thinks, I mean, he sits there and broods in Fallen Angels about how, oh, I wonder if people would betray the Emperor for me. Like he's jealous of Horus. So I think that the lion, given the chance, would be a traitor Primarch. I don't think he is super loyal to the Emperor, as they say. Oftentimes, I get frustrated in these novels when a writer will write like a character point of view. For a good example of this is like Malkador and the Emperor talking, trying to figure out in Scars who is loyal, who is not. And the Emperor is like, oh yeah, the lion, he's the most loyal of them all. I'm like, I don't know. Have you read the books? Because it kind of seems like he's teetering on the edge.
He is loyal, just he's not very competent at multitasking. He just focuses on one thing, and that one thing is mainly hunting someone, and doesn't look at anything in his periphery, right? Just ignores everything else. And he also just assumes that everyone knows what he's thinking.
I think he gets off on keeping secrets.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's got some weird fetishes. Most of the Primarchs do, though.
Yeah. Well, I can say at least that his character has been made better in the newest Lion book.
Well, it's been 10,000 years. I hope he fucking grew a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the premise of the newest Lion book is really interesting, Dylan. It's like he goes around and finds all the fallen knights, but the concept is they're not all fallen. They just like went with Luthor because Luthor was there. So he judges them to determine whether or not they should come back to the Dark Angels. And I am thinking, what a massive fucking waste of time.
Man, if I was those guys, I'd I don't want to go with you. I don't care if it was I only picked Luther because he was here. He's way fucking cooler than you, dude.
I'm just here farming now, man.
I'm having a good ass time.
It's like the very few space marines that don't actually have to go do battle for all eternity. Like he's hunting them down in swamps, and they're like, just leave me alone. Like, isn't McCrag getting killed by Tyranids right now? Like, shouldn't you be there helping them? Like you said you were going to 10,000 years ago?
Nah, fuck that.
I have my qualms. I
Right.
definitely have my qualms. Another big one that people dislike that we actually really enjoyed was what's the Battle for the Abyss?
Yeah, that has that's from Ben Counter, and he always writes great action, and that's an action book, if there ever was one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get a bunch of both loyalists and traitors working together to stop this unknown giant ship. You get great scenes with Scarrow the World Eater going through the walls, hunting the humans. You get
Going
Motep
fucking
in that
crazy.
cool spaceship battle, right? Where he flips his own ship over and then just walking through the ship to get to the other one.
Yeah,
A
I
lot
like
of great
Counter.
moments, but just it fails because it doesn't really have any consequences in the wider heresy.
Yeah. So I
Arguably,
understand
30
that
other
now.
books also don't.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? Because there's so many books that have like very little to do with the Horus Heresy, but you're like, oh, I have to read them because there's 2 paragraphs in here that progress one character's story. But at the same time, I feel like when I read Battle for the Abyss, it was almost refreshing to get a book that wasn't part of the main storyline because it was early on. Later, though, I feel like if Battle for the Abyss came in at book 40, I would hate it. Just too much random stuff going on. So how about the Siege? What's your favorite book in the Siege that we should be looking forward to?
Well, all the even books are real good, so I can't decide between Lost in the Damned, Book 2, or Warhawk.
I'm reading
Warhawk.
Lost and Damned right now, and it's really good.
Yeah, have you gotten to the Katsuhiro chapters? He's
The
probably
what?
the Katsuhiro chapters, the human who gets
Yes.
conscripted.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely nuts.
he's probably my favorite human character in the Heresy.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I love that they're doing a lot of human point of views in the Siege of Terra. I will say I did read Solar War. I don't want to do any big spoilers or anything for the thoughts over it. I wasn't a huge fan because I found the entire premise of Solar War to be very weird.
Yeah, get ready for all the odd numbered books to be like that. Kind of disappointing.
Oh no.
Kind of middling. Not bad, but not really great.
The Solar War was good. It's just the concept is Horus is laying siege to a solar system. And the whole time as a reader, I'm like, how the fuck do you lay siege to a solar system? So they have to like
Boots
give
on the ground,
reasons.
that's how.
Well, the thing is like,
How far in did you notice the twist with Mercedes with the
with,
Remembrancer?
oh, nah, I
Or not
mean,
into the very end?
I did notice it. I don't want to give anything away for Dylan because he's reading
Chapter
it
2.
now. Yeah, but I did kind of pick up on it probably about halfway through. I was like, ooh, that's some sketchy stuff. I feel like there's some sketchy stuff going on. So Warhawk, looking forward to that one. The second one so far, been
Yeah, I'm
great.
spot for a Warhawk and Saturnine.
Yeah, Saturday sounds really good. A little nervous for Mortis. The thing's
I'm
massive.
real
Yeah.
nervous for that.
You're gonna hate that one.
Oh no.
So
I mean, we can
weak.
tell from the cover, let's be real.
It's also the longest one, I think.
Yeah,
It's
it's
big.
huge. So what are your thoughts then on Titan battles? We hate Titan battles.
And I feel like you hate them because you don't have a good concept of the scale.
He says we lack imagination. And I agree.
Raptor's
That's
like,
why.
you hate them because you're idiots. Very specific. If you were just able to imagine one thing in your brain, you'd probably like them a lot more. It's
You
true.
have the greatest visual and sound effects you can ever wish for. Just use your imagination for them, right? And as to the Titan death specifically, you keep on talking about the Titan battles where there's only like 2 battles in that book, and most of it is theology
It was
and
long.
the relationship between the crew, right?
Mhm.
And one thing I have to get on you when you talked about how did they get blinded by the sunrise. Did you not catch that that was actually a nuke going off?
Oh, a nuke.
Yeah,
How are these things getting blinded by nukes? I feel like we've got so many of them. Like we could fight Titans.
there's this little thing called an EMP.
We got EMPs. I see. I guess I didn't catch that it was a bomb, but I always thought there's bombs going off in Titan battles like all the time.
Every bullet's basically a fucking bomb.
Yeah, they're massive, like missiles. So yeah, I think the scale part is an issue for me in the Horus Heresy. And when you get into Titans, it's even worse because like this conversation right here, oh, they got blinded by a nuke. Well, why? I
Also,
thought they
how
were-
big is the nuke blinded them, right? Like I'm sure like the one that hit like Hiroshima, for instance, is probably hails in comparison to what the fuck they have. That's
Yeah.
like a bolter.
Mm-hmm. I also found the knights walking on the spaceship to be very interesting in that one. So you're a fan of Titan battles, Raptor?
Yeah, both Titan battles and space battles when they're done well. Like the tactics in the second Titan battle when they get ambushed are rather great if you look at them on a map. They get encircled, they do a sweeping advance to the rear, go into the sea, and then
Yeah.
flank them from both sides, right? You
Did
just
you read
have
the
to think about them a little bit.
Did you read the Titan battle with the war dogs taking down the big Titan?
Oh yeah, that was overlong.
The one,
Yeah,
well, it was a short story, but yeah.
That one was overlong and kind of played up the whole rivalry for 2 characters we care nothing about.
Yeah, I've never seen that be done in the Horus Heresy before. 2 characters we know nothing about. Sad. Any other like what was your favorite book in the Horus Heresy?
Probably Path of Heaven. I really enjoy what
fucking
Chris
choice.
Wright did with the scars. Yasuge is a great character.
Yep.
And probably one of the most impactful deaths in the Heresy, right? Emotionally, at least.
Yeah, him, Argarthal, those were really the biggest ones. Malagurst was a pretty big one too, but
Yeah,
we
he
didn't
sucked.
like him. Yeah, so yeah, having Yasugi die and Argarthal were really the 2
And
big
the way he
ones.
died, right? I mean, he sacrificed himself on the fucking golden throne, basically, to get the White Scars out.
What a great character.
Yeah.
All right, how about your least favorite book?
Least favorite. Let me take a look through them.
This is easy.
We
Probably
definitely have these.
one of the anthologies.
Is it Born to Flame? Because it should be.
Not that one.
How was it
Not
not?
Born to Flame. Is it Mark of
Because-
Calth?
Because I don't judge them based on where they came in the series. I can enjoy them as singular stories, right?
But
Outside
it
of
has
the whole
repeats.
series. Even
So
so,
what-
I don't judge it because
Yeah.
it has repeats. I judge the stories themselves.
This guy
So what
too.
is-
Probably Eye of Terra or
Mm.
the Silent War.
They're pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't
Oh no,
like the Silent War.
definitely Mark of Calth. I just got
Okay,
to it.
that's
Definitely
good.
Mark of
Mark
Calth.
Cat is pretty bad.
Mark of Calth is pretty damn terrible. Okay, I'm glad that's a good one. That's reasonable. That's pretty reasonable.
They really beat that cow horse. Like that thing was dead, and they're like, let's hit it again.
For no reason. There wasn't even candy coming out of it anymore.
No.
It just kept going. All right,
The
you want to
problem is
pull
that
out?
all these stories came out a lot earlier before they got compiled in the book, right?
Yeah.
So at the time when they came out, it was fine, but by the time they get put into an anthology, it's kind of a done deal already.
Yeah, I feel like honestly one of the biggest issues with the Horus Heresy is more political in the sense that the way it's put together. I find this series to be really hard to read as a series because the anthologies are weirdly placed sometimes. And then at the same time, I think let me see how I'll just do that for you so you can share screen. Okay. But a lot of times, you'll go to books and you're wondering, why is this in this order? Or why are we so late into the heresy and learning about salamanders? It's just very strange the way that they ordered a lot of things and even wrote some of the things that they did. And that's why it feels less like a series and more like a whole collection of short stories.
That's rough. All right. I'm doing this. Raptor. You know it. We all know it. Our Primarch rankings. Mono y mono. No warp fuckery.
Yeah, typically we say before any
Before
of the
chaos.
trader Primarchs became chaosified. But honestly, I don't even think that makes a difference. Maybe with Horus, but maybe not.
Horus, definitely. I
But
mean,
Lehman Russ almost killed Horus.
yeah, but now he's like super.
Oh,
He just
we
keeps
got
powering up. I mean, he fights the fucking Emperor, so he keeps powering up.
every time
Let's
Horus
just judge
dies.
them by the time they are at the first book, right? In the siege.
Sure. Or the first book in the series in Horus Heresy. Because
Horus
if it was like, yeah, if it was by the siege, then Ferrus Manus would definitely be the lowest.
He could probably just be axed.
So who is the most powerful Primarch? Or you can start with the weakest.
Yeah, either way. Don't start in the middle. I can't. My brain can't comprehend that.
A hot take, most powerful, I'm gonna put Vulcan up there.
I love that. Vulcan's pretty
Because
fucking great.
he beat Curls and easily at that. And Curls gave trouble to both Lion and Gilliman at the same time.
To Kurz's
He also
defense,
he also
didn't
beat
know
up
the hammer
Thor.
was a weapon.
He didn't think about it. It was the best like WWE line or movie line of all time. It's also a hammer. Just freaking phenomenal.
That's like an Arnie quote if there's ever been one.
Mm-hmm.
I like it though. Vulcan.
Second place, I'm gonna give to Sanguinius because he did beat two greater demons.
That's impressive.
At the same damn time, like a man.
Yeah. Third, either I don't know, probably Curse.
Curse is a badass. Anyone, if you go and tell somebody that just plays 40K, you're like, Conrad Kurz is a badass. They're like, there's no way Conrad Kurz is that good. But as soon as they read the books, they're like, oh, actually, based off of the text, Conrad Kurz is a fucking monster.
Insane.
Yep. Fourth, I think it's a tie between Russ and the Khan, but I'm gonna give it to the Khan because Russ doesn't know that much about them.
That was
fair.
Dylan's logic.
Yep.
I think Russ could beat the Khan.
Really, why?
I mean, I think Lehman Russ knows himself very well. And I think the only two Primarchs he said he couldn't beat, Sanguinius and Kurz, and I believe him. I think the Khan would be challenging, but I think Lehman Russ could take him down. I think I'd like Vulcan's an interesting pick for top though, because one thing that Lehman Russ probably isn't aware of is how strong Vulcan actually is. Because that's kept a complete secret. Like the Khan's good with the sword, everyone knows that. I don't think he's got like some sort of crazy plan that Lehman Russ isn't aware of.
Also, Vulcan can't die.
literally can't die.
So if it's a war of attrition, he's really got it down.
He's figured it out.
It's the real reason Kurz is nuts. He's like, God damn it.
Now it gets stuff from here on out.
Yeah, it's like the middle area where it gets weird.
Yeah. So I think if Perturabo gets his little robot buddies, he's gonna be next.
Yeah. Porterabo plus robot buddies, that's like 2 extra slots up.
I mean, that's just his war gear, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, I think that's a good pick. Porterabo's fucking great.
Yep.
All right. Next
And
move
actually,
after Porterabo.
I think I'm gonna switch Horus and Perturabo.
Oh. You
Yeah,
really think
because-
Horus is that good?
Yeah, because we have all the brothers mentioning him, how good he is. Sanguinius mentions him, Dords mentions it.
Yeah, but he dies so many times.
Nah, man, you just have to learn how to absorb the blow.
That dude gets stabbed by some guy with smallpox and he dies in like the second book.
That did happen.
He then gets stabbed by Lehman Russ and dies. Mortarion kills him at one point.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
He's great at the mind game, right?
He's really good at dying. He's better at it than Vulcan. All right, so Horus Porterabo.
Probably Korax up next.
I'm surprised you don't have Magnus up there yet.
Well, Magnus' track record doesn't really show a lot, right?
That's true. Magnus does get the shit beat out of him a lot.
I'm just going by this is what they've done so far.
Yeah, fair
and Magnus
enough.
has lost most of the time. He talks a big game, but he can never back it up.
You'd think he, as the only Primarch that gets to shoot mind bullets, it'd be a really big advantage. But we don't actually see that in the text.
Yeah, we only see him get big, right? And throw a little bit of telekinesis around.
He gets big.
All right, after Korax.
You know, probably, as you said, it's gonna be Magnus because the rest of them are kind of
I don't know why that's
all the same.
That's fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Next up, I think I'm gonna put either Dorn or Fulgrim. Probably Fulgrim.
Ooh, okay. So Dorn's just building walls.
Well, so far he hasn't done anything, right?
I mean, he killed Alfarius.
He did.
Yeah, but how strong is Ophiuchus really in a one-on-one?
Oh, no one knows. He did get the shit beat out of him by Conrad Kurz at one point. Conrad Kurz just punched him in the face a few times. That was pretty funny.
Let's see what Dorn next.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, probably Mortarion over Dorn.
Oh my gosh, Mortarion.
You're really disrespecting Dorn. Wow.
He hasn't done anything. He beat the weakest Primarch, right? Well, not the weakest. Lorgar is definitely at the bottom.
I gotta fill that in for you, buddy.
I think if Lorgar had time to plan, he can beat most of the Primarch because of his whole full name nonsense that he did to Fulgrim, right?
That was such a lame scene.
Yeah.
They should have just lured him onto the ship with a big dildo or something. That would have been a lot more believable.
Like, oh, yeah, I want that.
Just a giant mirror on a stick.
Yeah, something like that. Like, okay, I guess I'll come.
Yeah, and probably Ophiuchus above Lorgar.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yep. .
Okay, so we've got 5 slots left here.
I think Menace above Alfarius.
Oh, right above Alfarius. Okay. I
Yeah,
think
or
people
maybe
give
actually Gilliman.
yeah, Gilliman's is like he's a planner.
He
He's a
did fight
lover, not a
Angron
fighter.
and Lorgar, though.
He did fight Engran with Lorgar chanting in the back. Just
Yeah.
being
Fuck him up,
Angran's hype man.
Angron! You're doing great. Kick his ass.
Some of these I feel like you could really argue, like we don't even have Angron down here yet.
We don't have Angron.
Angron's
it's
a
got-
a
monster.
lion.
Not really. Angran, I feel like most of them would beat him because he's too angry.
He's too angry. You can't
Yeah.
do anything when you're this angry.
They
All
can
right,
just
so who's after
next-
Mortarion?
probably Dorn.
Trainwreck is gonna be so mad.
He is fuming. He's been catching strays this
Well,
whole
he
episode.
should have been here if he wanted to debate.
Fair enough. We'll have to
And
have him on at some point and do his ranking.
The problem
It's
with
just
Trainwreck
Dorn.
is that he judges things by all the spoilers that you guys don't know. And
We'll
I'm
have to have
judging
him
him
on at the
by this
end.
point.
We got to judge it by, we'll judge it by the very beginning, and then we'll do like a updated Primarch ranking in the end. I don't know how much it's going to change my Primarch rankings, but we'll see.
The line might keep going down.
All
So
right.
next I think it's gonna be the Lion.
The Lion is so low. I love that. He's gonna get
And
beat up by all
then-
these people.
Angron, and then Ferris.
I think that's a solid ranking.
Yeah.
I always look at Graham McNeil's ranking. I'm like, wow, this is wild.
Hers at 15 is a rough one.
He literally said Manus is the weakest. I remember he was like, I mean, yeah, he died, so Manus is at the bottom. I think it's
And Khan, man, the
The
Khan
Khan's pretty low.
disrespect. First off, we already seen the Khan fuck up Mortarion.
I'm just shocked by a lot of his stuff. Lehman Russ below Gilliman. Wow. That's some disrespectful shit to Lehman. Sanguinius. Sanguinius is like number 11 on his list.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I don't know about that one. I feel like Sanguinius could beat the shit out of Gilliman.
Same. I mean, there's a reason that they put him as emperor, right?
Mhm.
It wasn't just because he was pretty. But he is pretty.
He is very pretty. It talks about his wings a lot and his body in the second book, and I'm like,
It gets me
give
every
me
time.
more.
Sticks on the inside.
All right. I think we're probably gonna do some discussion on 10th edition.
Yep. We do have someone coming in for 10th talk as well. Raptor, would you like to stay around, or what is your plan?
Nah.
Have you been following 10th?
Nah, since I don't have any models and don't play, not really.
You're with us
So
in
I'm
spirit.
gonna, yeah. I see the articles and see the changes, but I can't really comment, right? So I guess I'm gonna switch out for who's ever coming next.
Right on. Well, thanks for coming, Raptor. You want to do a quick plug on some of the stuff you do in the Discord?
Sure. We do movie nights every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We also do a hobby meetup every Sunday at, I think it's 4 p.m. Eastern time, right?
I think it's 3.
At 3
I
p.m.
can tell
Eastern time. If you have anything to question or any quotes that you need, just ask on the Discord and I'll probably reply to you.
Right on. Well, thanks for coming, Raptor.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And sorry if I wasn't very clear through my accent.
Oh no, you
Oh
sound
no,
fine.
you're fine.
People
Yeah,
listen to
so
us. They're like, oh wow, someone that can actually speak.
Yeah, you're articulating while we're talking about dildos and mirrors, and you actually have something important to say.
Wow, this guy knows words longer than 5 letters. That's fucking crazy.
yeah,
Thank
see
you,
you
Raptor.
guys later.
See ya.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. All right, so Cody the Lizard is supposed to be joining us. I sent him his message. We'll see when he pops in. If you just want to go ahead and start the conversation, whenever he pops in, we
Let's
will
do it.
do that. Say, well, he's typing right now, so maybe we'll have a. It's on his way. Great.
Sounds good.
We're not
All right.
editing this out.
This whole thing is going in there in all of its glory. I don't want to take the time. But yeah, 10th so far. I am super interested in what this edition is going to play like, because I have a feeling it's going to go one of two ways. It's going to play amazingly, like the best edition we've ever had right out the gate. It's going to be great. Or like there's going to be some absurdly ridiculous broken things that just pop
Well,
up
that's
all
gonna
over the
happen no
place.
matter what.
And it's going to play miserably, and there's going to be some weird shenanigans that are implemented almost immediately that they're going to have to FAQ, and they won't for like half a year, and then Warhammer is going to be tough.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, so far, when we talk about the rulebook changes,
join us.
oh sweet, connecting in here.
Yeah, the Zoom user. There we go. Now we have Cody the Lizard, also the
Let's
Zoom user.
go.
What's going on?
All right, 10th talk just started. Gavin's gone on a spiel on what he thinks it's going to be like.
Yeah,
It's either going to be good or
nervous?
bad.
Are you nervous at all, Cody?
No, not at all.
What's like giving you the confidence? What have you seen so far that you're like, this is going to be great? How about you, Dylan?
I don't know if it's going to be great. I'm still confused by some things. The random like damage stuff, like, oh, this one is precision damage. This one is X. Oh, this one's devastating wounds. And that's just more complication that they were trying to get rid of.
So sustained hits like explosions, devastating wounds is mortal wounds, right? And then you have anti word keywords.
Yeah,
which
like
I think is
anti
fine.
vehicles or whatever. Just fucking call it that.
Yeah, but everyone's getting it. Everyone's getting it. So I'm a little. Who are you wanting to play, Cody, in 10th edition?
I truthfully, the army, after looking at everything and just me, my experience through the heresy and what I've learned, I want to play Blood Angels.
They look really good. What is it? They get +1 to their attacks and +1 to.
Yeah, they got the fucking World Eater trait from freaking 9th that is gone now. It's bullshit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like they've become my favorite legion.
Yeah, they have some great rules. All the rules that they released today. Did you guys read the Lion?
No, I didn't. And you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, that model looks bad fucking ass, in my opinion. Too bad too bad in the books he's an incompetent idiot, but he looks fucking awesome.
I don't know.
Yeah,
something about
absolutely.
the giant winged helmet just really throws it off for me.
I'm the opposite. I think that helmet looks kind of badass.
I prefer the hood. Just cover the whole face.
Let's cover this up. Let's go ahead and put something right here.
It's like what is a Primarch gotta hide from though? It's like, I'm right here, motherfucker.
He's an
Challenge
idiot.
me.
He needs to hide from a lot.
I dare you.
So this is the
But you-
lion stat line. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right,
He
hit me
has
with
a
it.
2-up armor, 3-up invuln. Always great to
Oh.
see those 3-up invulns. He has a 4-up feel no pain against mortal wounds. Okay.
Okay.
10 wounds.
Okay.
His attacks are 8 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 12, AP 4, damage 4.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. And he gets Oath the Moment, so he can reroll hits and wounds. Each time an attack targets this model, subtract 1 for the wound roll. An unmodified saving throw of 6, the attacking unit suffers 1 mortal wound. So yeah, this dude's just unkillable.
Yeah,
Man.
that's what it sounds like.
3-up invuln, -1 to wound, 10 wounds.
I feel like if you're gonna give a Primarch like a 3-up invuln, they should all have it. But granted, like the demon Primarchs all have a shit ton more wounds, I guess, is like the justification there.
Also, Demon Primarchs, their damage is pretty much like
Crazy.
out.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like fucking out the roof.
That's one thing
like
I am
like
looking forward to.
Angron's damage. Get the
It's
fuck
just
out
you
of here,
die.
man.
It's just
Yeah,
you die.
it's-
There's no rolling.
That's what it should be.
it's-
Also, I really like
it's-
how you can just come back to life, like at full wounds. Like that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Granted, you
I've
need
got
like
a
3 like 6s to do it, but man, if you fucking roll 3 6s, oh my god.
that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, one thing that I saw that I'm excited for is Angron does not have the towering keyword, which is what they're using now for the obscuring. So he can be hidden behind walls now. And I think they're going to do that for all the Demon Primarchs, which is amazing because that's like the one reason you don't take Demon Primarchs. It's because they can be a shot across the field.
Yeah.
So I think it would be cool to be able to hide like Magnus, even though he's taller than a knight. Hopefully he doesn't have the towering keyword.
Yeah, hidden behind a 22-foot wall.
You could hide him behind a 6-foot wall.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
don't matter.
It's like these fuckers are so huge, and it's like, okay, you just hide them behind this wall. That's a fraction of their height.
Yeah. So
I'm not complaining though, because you know what? I agree.
they're
That's-
not useful if they can't be hidden most of the time. It's hard to balance them in that scenario. So I'm excited for that. I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I'm not
I-
surprised. Sorry, Cody. I was gonna say I'm
No,
not
no, go
surprised
ahead.
that like Primarchs are gonna be good this season because I think they want to bring more back.
I hope so.
I think we definitely. Sorry, excuse me, Gavin. I just think that we need to make Primarchs the force that they should be on the tabletop.
That would be sweet.
Lore wise, book wise, they're god princes, demon princes. You know, let's establish that. Even if it's taking up a third of your army, you know, a fourth of your army, whatever it is, it's like, well, let's make that impact there, noticeable, present.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would be absolutely down with more powerful Primarchs, even if the points are more expensive.
Yeah.
And I would be totally down for them bringing back more. I wish they'd bring back Fulgrim, but I feel like Games Workshop's very scared to release Emperor Children models.
Oh my god,
That's
dude.
coming.
I was having this conversation with my buddies last night when I was playing Shiv 2, Chivalry 2, and he was asking me, it's like, who's the strongest demon Primarch right now in 40K, 41K, you know? And it was kind of it was a big debate between pretty much, but the toss up was Fulgrim or Angron.
Hmm.
And me personally, I lean towards Angron, just in raw strength.
They're all demons now, right?
Perturabo, Abaddon, Magnus, and who's that other guy no one cares about? Lorgar?
Lorgar, yeah, he's a demon.
Yeah, Lorgar's a demon prince, but he seems like the weakest one, but perhaps with the most like psychic influence. But like in a melee, it's like Angron's gonna fuck him up. Fulgrim's gonna fuck him up.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if they ever release model ranges for the other Traitor Legions, or even model ranges for some of the other loyal legions. Like,
I mean, rumor
Imperial.
is Emperor's Children are coming this season. It's
That
the
would be
last
nice.
of the 4
Aligned.
gods. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It-
my hot take, Korax comes back.
really, you
Oh,
think they're gonna
dude,
be back Korax?
I'm Dylan. I was literally just thinking that I would fucking love if Korax comes back because
There's no way.
He's
It's-
it seems unlikely, honestly, but
If they brought back the
Korax,
shitty lion, they're bringing back Korax.
It's got to be the
Cor-
wolf now. There's no
Korax
way
is
it's
too
not the wolf.
badass. But hey, but also listen, Gavin. Russ has this whole prophecy tied to his returning with the whole wolf time.
Yeah, it is the wolf time. It's 40K
So-
every day's wolf day.
So I get it, bro. I know what you mean, but it's like if Russ comes back, you know what? How long have they been hyping up wolf time?
I
For
think
10,000 years, 9,000 years. You know,
He
he'll come
needs-
back at the time. So it's like it's got to be a big event, in my opinion.
I think he comes back. All the Traitor Primarchs are back. He comes back. Abaddon and them do the fighting, and then he tells the Space Wolves that they can no longer be furries.
Let's go back to our leather.
We're
No.
leather exclusive. Next model
Nah,
is just
dude,
big burly men.
I read both those books, Crossbow Burns and 1,000 Suns, and the leather muzzles is not cool.
No, man,
It
they're
is
wearing
not cool.
they're just wearing gags.
I thought, I mean, I enjoyed myself. I don't know.
they were on paper it was cool. Visually, in my imagination, it's too kinky.
That's your
Never kinky
imagination.
enough.
That seems like, I don't know. What are you thinking about? My imagination, it was a great time. All kinds of leather going on there. I'll tell you,
Real
so
quick.
I'm nervous. Go ahead.
No, I was just asking what you're drinking there, bro.
Oh, I am drinking the Beach Within Reach still. It's very slow. It tastes like a cider. It's like a crappy cider. I thought it was going to be better.
Don't worry, I opened up my warm beer, and it's actually okay.
Oh, well, good for you. So
I'm about
how
to
are you
drink me
guys
some-
feeling about the
Go.
psychic? I'm so nervous about the psychic changes.
I don't get it.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. After reading them, they don't get through to me too much. It's a little confusing.
Yeah, so it's just like a gun. Like they use psychics are like they just have guns now.
Yeah,
It's super strange.
I don't. Oh, it's really weird too
Can you-
because like in my army, they're all psychers, right? Same like with your 1,000 Suns. Like my Grandmaster Dread Knight, his sword is a psychic fucking sword now. And if
Yeah.
you have somebody that can just roll off against psychic shit, it's like, okay, cool. I'm glad my big fucking sword just got rolled off on. Awesome.
What the Nemesis Force weapons?
Yep.
This another thing that I'm seeing too is a lot of factions have a built-in anti-psychic mechanic. And I'm worried that what's gonna happen is I'll take like my 1,000 Suns to a tournament and it's all just like pairing based. The Black Templars rule. Models in this unit have a 4-up invuln against psychic attacks, and melee weapons equipped by models in this unit have anti-psych or 4-up. That's so crazy.
Whoa.
There's no way.
Anti-4?
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to fight that. I'm just gonna lose.
That sounds fucking broken. Like, are they Sisters of Silence? Like, what the
No, it
fuck?
was Black Templars. It was pretty nasty. Did you guys see the Gene Stealer cult rule?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, they can just fucking come back.
They're endless horde mode.
Like, what the fuck?
Anytime a Gene Stealer cult unit dies, they can just bring them back to life. So you literally can't kill all of the Gene Stealer cult models.
Like, even their leader?
No, so it's only battle line units. So pretty much all of their like primary acolyte neophytes and hybrids and all that
Groups,
fun
right?
stuff. Yeah,
Well, aren't a lot of those like glass cannon type?
yeah, but they get an infinite amount now.
Yeah, I mean, fodder.
Just
Just
throw
keep
them out
throwing
there,
fodder, yeah.
die, bring them back, keep going. It's pretty
Oh.
crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Honestly, fuck gene stealers. Like not only in tabletop, but like lore wise. Like you're gonna infest the planet, mutate them, get all these women pregnant with alien babies. I
oh,
don't like it.
Whoa, I like them now.
wait a minute.
Well,
This
that's
might be for me.
no. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not how gene stealer cults work?
I think it's
like
like
they're
a little bit like
it's like
that.
it's like a cult of humans who become, of course they're cult of tyrannids, gene stealers, and then they start reproducing, and then
Take
kind
over
of like
the world.
generationally they start getting, I don't know, you know what I mean? A lot of the times in cults, it's like the cult leader fucks everybody.
I think the weird part about gene stealer cults is the fact that they're like preparing the way for the Tyranids, and then the Tyranids just eat them. The Tyranids
Yeah,
don't have any affiliation towards the gene stealers.
but
So
that kind of makes sense though, because they're just like, oh, we're about the cause. Kind of like what are they called? Suicide bombers.
sure.
It's like they're willing to blow themselves up for their cause or their religion or whatever. So it's like, why wouldn't a gene stealer cult, you know,
Just get eaten
be
by
like,
aliens. Hey, I'm
yeah,
fine with that.
yeah,
Sign me up for that one.
and they use their biomass to make more shitty tyrannids.
Mm,
I don't know.
give me some of that biomass. Yeah, so I guess
What
when it
else?
comes to some of the other rules that I've seen that
Can you pull up? Sorry not to interrupt you. I'm just kind of curious about Blood Angel rules
yeah, the Blood Angel rules, I'll pull them up right now.
Yeah, so we have the
They
plus
just
one
released
attack and strength on charge. Bullshit. World Eater rule.
the
because
world
because
world leaders. So
um
Gabriel Seth looks really good. Gabriel Seth, you can only take him in it's a different chapter. It's a Flesh Terrors chapter.
yeah, that's Flesh Terror Chapter Master, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he has sustained hits 1, so exploding 6s, 6 attacks, 2 up weapon skill, strength 8, AP2, damage 3 weapon. And you can advance and charge with the unit that he is in. So that's really nice. If you have him. The
Yeah,
only other
so
thing,
you can attach him to a I don't know, like an assault unit, jump pack unit.
yep. And advance and charge those guys.
Yeah, what do you think
And
about
then-
those rules, Gavin? A character being able to attach to a troop unit.
I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal because you're running into situations now. Like if I take assassinate, you're just going to keep your characters behind the wall, right? Now you're taxed way more for doing that. You've got your characters behind the wall and all these units behind the wall that are with them. You're leaving so many points back there. So now they have to come out and they're protected until there's a lot more guns with precision. So that's pretty cool. We're seeing melee weapons with precision, which is nuts. So like you
Okay.
get into melee combat and that
Yeah.
person like challenges the leader essentially.
Gavin, can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, so if you have the precision keyword on a weapon, you as the attacker can allocate that attack to the character embedded in the unit. So for instance, I'm looking at the Deathwing command squad on this article, which is the Dark Angels.
Yes.
One of their models can take the Halberd of Caliban, which is a precision melee weapon. So when he
The
swings,
Halberd of Caliban?
yeah, when he swings, he can target your character in that unit. So I think it's great. I think it's going to be awesome. There's some things that concern me because there are some snipers already that are very scary. There's one thing that I saw.
Snipers within what faction?
Agents of the Imperium was really good. Although this is pretty crazy. Black Templars. Is it Black Templars? Nope, it's not Black Templars.
Sigilite?
Nope, here it is. Death Watch. Hit this ability. You ready, Dylan?
Alrighty.
At the start of your command phase, you can select one of the mission tactics until the start of your next command phase that it's active. So you get to choose an ability. Here's one. While this mission tactic is active, if a critical hit is scored, which is a hit roll of 6, that attack has the precision ability.
Oh, cool.
So you can just basically turn every single model in your army for an entire turn into snipers.
Holy shit.
That's pretty cool. I like that ability. You can kill characters. And
honestly, they probably need that buff being glass cannons, because I know their toughness and wounds probably isn't that high.
Probably what, 2-2?
Absolutely.
Or 4-2?
Yep, 4-2. 4 toughness, 2 wounds. 4 up invulnerable save with an item that's equipped, so they have to equip it. So it's
okay. Quick question, Gavin. Could you explain to me what an invul save is?
So an invul save is if somebody you have an armor save of like 2 up. So if somebody attacks you, you roll 2s and you save it. But a weapon can have an armor penetration characteristic of like -3. So then you have 2 up goes to a 5 up because you subtract 3, which is kind of weird because you're really adding 3, but basically you need 5s. Because you're subtracting from the die roll. An invul save says this is the ceiling. So if you have armor save at 2, AP 25, 4 up invul, you're going to roll 4s, or you can't go past that. But there's of course tons of rules now that are avoiding invul saves. Thousand Suns just get to turn off armor saves, which is really cool. But
what?
Yeah, Thousand Suns have an ability to turn off armor saves. So if you don't have an invul, you don't get to save against attacks they make towards you.
That's fucking stupid.
No, like all units?
They pick a unit and they say you don't get an armor save.
Oh my god.
Is kind of scary, but also I don't think it's that scary because there's so many units.
But it's good for like just taking control of board though.
Yeah, like you could basically select one unit and say they're kind of going to get removed, but it doesn't help them fighting like tanks because the real problem with fighting tanks is the toughness.
Yeah.
Because they still have to roll those wounds. So I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Lots of really cool stuff. I'm very excited to try it out. I think it's going to drop here in a couple of weeks. We'll have to do some TTS.
Hell yeah.
See how that goes.
You think the Switch can handle that? Or not the Switch, the fucking Steam Deck.
I'd love to try. See if we could do some Warhammer on the Steam Deck.
That'd be fucking sweet. Fucking Steam Decks.
All right. Well, I think that's kind of all we had to talk about for the 40K stuff. There's so much more to talk about, but we're already pretty over time here. So
Yep. Yeah, I think you're right. Cody, thank you for coming on, talking 10th edition with us. Appreciate it.
Yes, of course. It was a pleasure. Thank you all for having me on. It's an honor after listening for literally years. So
Yeah, it has been you. That's fucking crazy.
that is pretty nuts. Well, we appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of the Discord and being a part of the community. It's been great.
Yep. See you later, Cody, and we'll do our sign off.
All right, Dylan, Gavin, thank you for your time. Catch y'all later, bros.
Yep. Later.
Yeah.
All right. That is it for us, guys. Next week, we will be doing our preview of Solar War. The siege is here. And as hyped of us feels the midnight was, we ain't getting that at the start.
Come back next week to figure out
what the fuck we got.
Invading a solar system looks like.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be huge. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. As always, hit us up on Discord. You find that pinned to our Twitter at Heresy Lodge. Email us at theheresiolodge@gmail.com. Hit us up on YouTube at the Heresy Lodge. Check out our merch. Buy something for yourself. It's decent shit. All right. We had some great artists make some stuff.
Listen to us. It's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. We fucking like it. So buy it. At least the pint glass. I really like the pint glasses. They're my
Pint
favorite.
glass is very nice. It's a very good pint glass.
So that's it, guys. You have a great one, and we'll see you next week.